Welcome to the CV Masterclass. In this video, I'm going to ask some key questions about CVs, and I'm actually going to show you two CVs at the end that I'm just going to show you how I look at them, my advice about them, and what I might do differently. So, first off, do CVs actually matter? The answer is, it depends. Like, if you are a Google AI engineer, honestly, I don't think what your CV matters at all. You could probably have your CV written on a scrap piece of paper with crayons, and you'll still get interviews. You could be on a napkin, you'll still get interviews because you're a Google AI engineer and the demand for that is extremely high, so people are going to be pretty flexible. If you're in a job market which is more competitive, there's a lot of people looking, not many jobs, the CV matters more. So how important a CV is depends. It's not like sometimes it just doesn't matter at all, basically. So I think some people exaggerate the importance of a CV, but it's always situational. So if you are actually looking, you've maybe been struggling, it's not a bad thing to improve your CV. Now, a key thing I'd like to get across, like if there's anything to kind of think about for this video, it's this, right? What is the purpose of a CV? So a lot of people say, okay, to show experience, to show education, to show all your accomplishments. These are all incorrect answers in my book. There's only one answer for this question. So what is the purpose of a CV? It's simply to get you an interview. That's the only thing that matters. Let's highlight this. And this is a very interesting thing to get across because once you start thinking like this, it helps you in writing a CV. When you're writing it, you just think, okay, is this going to help me get an interview? If the answer is no, should it be there? And with this process alone, you can cut down a CV in terms of length very easily, and it helps you focus on what actually matters. I see a lot of CVs full of things that just are irrelevant. They don't help at all to get an interview. And you only have maybe 5-10 seconds of the attention of the person reading it. So you want to get that attention ASAP. So things that don't help you get an interview, you should not be prioritized in a CV. Now, moving on. Two key things that I get across. Normally, what gets an interview is just an answer to this question, which is, do you solve the client's pain? Now, it's not always obvious what the client's pain is, but let's say you're a QA person in pharma, reg affairs person, whatever it is that you are. You could probably guess what the pain points are for the organization you're applying to because you work in a similar company. Their pains are probably very similar to the pains that your business has. So it's worth thinking what their pains are, and if you understand their pain, then you just have to show that you can solve that pain. You have experience, so credentials, whatever it might be that will make them believe that you can solve their pain. So that's a key way of thinking, and this is super important for interviews especially. And then the other thing is, can you prove it? This is something I'm going to talk about in the CVs I'm going to show you. So, first of all, I'm just going to look at this made-up CV for John Snow. Very standard pharmaceutical CV. Blah, 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 professional summary, experience, professional 10 years experience, reg affairs and drug development, new markets, proven track record, blah, 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 strong background in biologics, key skills, professional experience, and he's just made up. It's not a real person. Yeah, so I mean, pretty nice tenures. He's been in this company, or she's been in this company since 2019. I like it. Pretty clear what the person does. Honestly speaking, this is actually a pretty good CV. Like, this CV is fit for purpose. I like this CV will get the person interviews because it's just very simple, clear to understand, has the key skills. I can actually quite like it. Now, if I'm to critique it for a few things, first of all, this does this help this person get a CV? Not really. It's just like blah 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 blah. It's just the same thing that is on every CV. A professional with 10 years experience. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, no one's going to read this and think, oh, wow, I need this. Like, it's just like generic stuff, right? So I think it's better to be super, like, have something that catches the eye. Like, something that's really written as if it's you who wrote it, not ChatGPT. That's the sort of thing that would get my attention. If it's something that's actually looks like it's been written by you and is actually honest. Otherwise, you could just forgo this whole area anyway, because I just don't think it helps. If it's just words for sake of words, I'm not a fan of it personally. This is good. I like this. These are things that are pains to companies. They need people who've got these specific skills. The only thing that's missing is metrics. Okay, EU Global Reg Affairs, EMA, MRP, DCP, but what does that mean? Did they do 1? Did they do 10? Have they done it in different countries in Europe or not? So this could be expanded upon. Like how many? How many marketing authorizations? How many variations? What type of products? Have they done biologics? Have they done small molecules? What type of CTAs have they done? What type of clinical trials was it involved? Have they done it with pediatric studies? So metrics. This is what this CV's missing in short. It'd be great to have some numbers on this, and that would really get my attention. Now, if this is a more commercial CV, I'd want to know about money. Okay, like how much money have you actually saved the company? How much revenue are you generating? What's the impact that you have on EBITDA? What's the cost savings that you made the business? These figures are things that stop the attention because it's not just saying I can solve the problem. It's proving you can solve the problem. So this is my critical thoughts on this CV. It's actually pretty good. As I said, like if someone sent me a CV, I probably wouldn't. I'd say it's fine. But if you were to look at it and improve, let's have some metrics and let's make this a bit more personal, something real, or get rid of it. So they're my key thoughts around this CV. Now I'm going to actually lead by example and share my CV. So it's never been sent anywhere because I've never applied to a job. But I made a CV because I think how can I talk crap about CVs if I don't make one myself? So I'm looking to help global recruitment businesses that want to do more retained work, improve their account management, and ultimately increase their net fee income. All of the aim to make businesses more sustainable, make it more eligible to set up for private equity. So I deliberately written this in terms of pain point. Recruitment agencies' pain point is normally not high enough NFI. They want to make more money, and a lot of them want to sell to private equity or they want to basically exit their business. So straight away, I'm targeting a pain point. I'm saying I'm looking to help. I'm not, oh, blah, 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 10 years experience. No, I'm like, I want to help your business and I'm going to bring in more retained work. That I feel is better, but obviously I'm biased. I've also got a LinkedIn profile here, deal sheet, references, so they can literally see what people say about me. Excellent. On I generous, right? Now, evidence that I could deliver on these needs. I signed over 60 retained projects, and I did this in an agency that prior to me, I've never done one before. I've helped bring in over 7 accounts with a lifetime NFI over 500,000 euros. I've career billings in excess of 4 million euros. Okay, figures, metrics, proof that I can solve problem. And then the rest, it's just not that relevant. I mean, it's just the same as any other CV. There's nothing special to do with the experience other than just make sure it's clear. If you're wondering what I look at in terms of CVs, yeah, I'm looking at tenures. Like, how long is this person? Like, one critique I'd give this person is there's not really any promotions. It seems like they've always had to move to get promoted. So it's like, never had any internal promotions in any of these companies, which it might not be their fault. It might just be the case that these companies just had no ways to be promoted and they had to leave, which is totally fair. But it does maybe raise some question marks. But again, these are just assumptions that you make. But if you think I'm harsh in how I think, you'd be amazed how harsh HR are when they look at CVs. They're really looking to see the story. They're looking at this thinking, okay, what's with this person? What's the record? What's the story? So I hope that might give some perspective to people, maybe give you some ideas that you can use for improving your CV. And as I said in the beginning, it doesn't matter as much as you think. It just really doesn't. But every little helps. Peace.